Okay, we're back, and just finished the proof of concept testing. Didn't really do that much prospecting with it. I just set it up, had it run, take a look at it, did a little film so you guys could see it. I'm going to be continuing on past the courtesy piles for the your own equipment. I'm just going to be driving down here so you guys get a scope of how large this place is. I really hope you can see it through the windshield. It's getting a bit sticky out. I did have to put some deep woods off on because there were some mosquitoes this morning. You know, they weren't that big. I just bribed them with a 20 and they went away. But they were around. Nothing got me, which is saying something considering I'm a sweetmeat. But yeah, this is really, really nice. I wouldn't recommend coming down here with a large vehicle because this is a slow blind curve underneath the bridge here. There's more water. Sorry if it's jiggling, but I got you on head cam. I bet you that thing's been dredged 18 million times. This is the location where she said it's called Dredge Gold because everybody's going deep. They do have flour, they do have flake, they do have some nuggets, but they're not that common. But she was showing me pictures of people who came down here with just a pan, and they had some pretty good pickers. And they're pulling right from the courtesy piles. They're not pulling from, you know, the riverbank, or they're not pulling from the riverbed itself. Yeah, pulling from the riverbank is frowned upon. Don't get caught. Don't do it. Natural erosion only. Now down here there is some panning locations where if you grab some concentrate, you can come up here and pan. That's filled with water. Again, there's very little mosquitoes, which I love up here. And here is some camping. Shh, they're probably still asleep. I look like an idiot. I am not in four-wheel drive, but if I needed to, I had it. This is pretty much like the same road I grew up on. This looks to be a nice place if you had your own material in high banking. But again, she says this is the dredge area, so whatever's here is deep. Been up for almost two and a half hours now. It's only 7:30. It is beautiful here. It's nice and cool. Currently still 71 degrees. Though, as Jeff Williams says, this will work you. I've been sweating more than I have in a very long time, so I plan on losing... Excuse me, pollen. Plan on losing weight, even though I've been so far off my diet I can send it, you know, postcards. Okay, this is the turnabout. Again, pardon me if it gets bumpy. Those who are prone to motion sickness, please look away. Yeah, that's a big old tailings pile. They've been dredging the shit out of this place. But the good thing about this is that it's natural occurring placer gold, or placer, whatever. So any big rainstorm, like the one that we had the first day I was here, washes more down. The water table, or the water bed, is moving fast enough where there is a possibility of replenishment within, I'd say, less than a month, depending on how much it rains. Unlike certain other places, the farm, where it was so slow and so dredged out, there was hardly any movement of water at all. Now again, I'm only grasping that, or I'm only coming up with that opinion because the one time that we went there, it was not moving fast at all. But it could have been a dry season, or they could have, I don't know, just had a bad time. But considering that this place is only about a half an hour longer drive than the farm, and you have access to amenities, granted it's chargeable, but if you want to stay in a tent, it's reasonable. If you have your own equipment, it's reasonable. Now, after talking to the caretaker, she says that yes, it's $45 for 4 hours to rent a high banker. You don't have to rent it for 4 hours. You can rent it for 4, 3, 2, 1. You can rent it all day. There is no discounts, though. There is no GPAA discounts. The only GPAA discounts is for the entrance fee, the camping fee, if you have a tent, and for the use of your own equipment. Those are the only 3 things that you actually get a membership discount. But overall, I have to say that this has been a very enjoyable trip. And I still have 2 more days, counting this one. So I'm going to go back to my cabin, microwave myself a Hot Pocket, watch some direct TV, which for some strange reason they have here, and wait for about an hour until the office opens, and then rent a high banker, and then take a handful of aspirin and do assholes and elbows for the remainder of the day. So I will try to take some video, but again, I'm still a little bit self-conscious with a friggin' fluorescent orange unicorn horn on my forehead. So I don't know how detailed it's going to be. Alright, and I'll catch you back then.